a good topic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you say you're productive?
Sometimes. And sometimes I'm not.
I mean, I feel like productivity is like one of those buzzwords. We equate your worthiness or value in life based off of how productive you are.
How busy you are.
How busy. Yeah, busyness equals worthiness.
Yeah.
Which is so far from the truth.
Not true.
So far from the truth. But with that said, I still think it's good to optimize your time.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So you have more time. That's the whole point, at least to me.
So you have more time to do what you want.
Exactly.
Because who wants to spend 9-10 hours working every day? I know I don't.
I mean, it's different if you're in the flow and you loving what you're doing. I don't know. Some people love that.
Do they though? Do they really? Or is it something that they told themselves that they love?
Maybe we should talk about that one day. But I think with my intention with this episode in terms of how to be more productive is it's not about being more busy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, let's not do more.
Yeah.
Let's figure out a way to optimize your time so you can do more
the things you love.
Yeah, do more of what you want. Spend time with your family, spend time by yourself, go on those vacations.
Your hobby.
Your hobby,
you know?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I definitely think being productive is important. And in doing the work that we are kind of teaching you guys how to do, you are going to have some level of organization, because if you are not completely living a life by you yet, it's not your dream life, there's going to be some things that you're going to have to do that's going to take you away, or you don't have a lot of time, I should say, because you're working your 9-to-5 job, you have your kids, maybe you are married, whatever the case may be. So you don't have 6-7 hours daily to devote to meditating, journaling, working out, positive affirmations, like all these tools we're giving you. You may not have the time. So what we're trying to say in this particular episode is how to utilize your time appropriately, so you can move forward and create a life by you that you truly do love. Because the goal is, and we talk about it all the time, we want to be able to live our dream lives. We want to be able to do what we want, how we want, when we want, where we want, right? And so in order to do that, you are going to have to, I think, get organized and plan out your stuff. Be strategic.
Yeah, be strategic. I think you brought up a lot of points, really, really good points. And I think one thing that to help you get to that point is to get some help.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I think so many of us think it's got to be all on me. Yeah, I got to do this all on my own. I've got to have my hands in everything.
I'm superwoman.
That, or you don't want to bother someone.
Oh, yeah.
You know, some people feel like, oh, I don't want to, make someone feel like they're going out of their way to help me out. And the truth is, we are a community. You know what I mean? We are meant to help one another.
We're supposed to.
So what's the point of having your friends and family
if you don't want to ask them for anything?
Yeah.
Just get together for the barbecues and the holidays. I mean, that's silliness, you guys.
Right. That you have this community for the support. And it's not like you got it's not about having your constant handout. And no. I think if you're trying to be in tune with yourself and become a better person, you're probably not someone with your hand out all the time. At least I would hope that you're not. So, definitely leverage the community that you have and ask for help. I know for me, I used to me, that's a form of self-sabotage. I would get in my own way because I'm like, I have to do everything. And it's just like, no, you don't, and you can't. That's the other thing. There ain't no way in hell you can do everything. You're not meant to do everything. You ain't gonna be good at everything.
You're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to.
And I think that's where a lot of women think they're failing. And then that's a spiral. It's then the depression. I'm not good enough. I'm not a good mother. I'm not a good wife. I'm not a good friend. And it just goes down this spiral. And just to give a good example, when I was a single mom, my best friend moved in with me and we lived together. She had a 2-year-old, and my daughter at the time, Kennedy, was probably 12 or 13. And we helped each other. She worked a job where she'd have to work maybe till 11 o'clock at night. So then I would have Taylor, and she would put her to bed and things of that nature. Or if she had to go to work at 5 in the morning, and I would take Taylor to daycare. and vice versa. You know, she would do stuff for me if I needed it. So we were two single moms putting our households together, helping one another to get into an area where we wanted. She wanted to become a general manager, which if she didn't have that opportunity to be able to go to work at 5 a.m, because who's open, but what babysitters are open?
No one.
Right.
So you got to lean on somebody.
So you have to lean on somebody.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to build your community.
No.
And that's so important. And I want to speak to the single moms out there.
Yeah.
Because as a single mother before, we always are thinking, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. Combine your resources. There is not a problem to move into a home, a 4 or 5 bedroom home with 3 or 4 other mothers, and you guys help raise each other's children. Like it's a lifesaver. You'll feel better. The pressure won't be on your back as much. You'll be saving on money.
Yep.
You know, and then you have somebody to have your cocktails with that night. Because honey, we'd be on the couch cracking up with our cocktails, kids running amok. But MJ's correct. You have to build a community or rely on your family. And that's not to say that when you get to the area that you want to be in, now you're going to help somebody else.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, you're going to pay it forward.
Yeah.
So just always keep that in mind. Make your life easier. Why make it hard?
No. And here's the thing I want you to remember. No one gets awards for doing it all by themselves. No one ever says, you did this all by yourself. Here's a trophy.
Right.
Like, no one's...
Yeah.
No, it's not that no one cares, but that's
They
just...
really don't.
They
think you're bragging. Let's be truthful. And be like, oh, good for you. You did it all yourself? Okay.
Right. So don't put this thing on your back and weigh yourself down, you know, because you're probably here listening to this because you want to do more in your life. And the truth is, if you want to do more, you're going to need some help. It comes down to it. You're going to need some help.
Yes.
Say you don't have the community yet. Say, you know, you've just moved to a new place, whatever it may be. I definitely suggest you hire and get some help. You know what I mean?
If you can afford it.
If you can afford it, you know? So there are tons of things that you can do. There's care.com if you need some help with your kids. There's other agencies and whatnot. I use Instacart for groceries. I know Jen does too. Like that saves, but that saves time. You're outsourcing.
Instacart is everything.
I love Instacart.
Okay, I'll Instacart 2 or 3 times a day.
Same. Me too. Matter of fact, I forgot to do an order. But Instacart is life. And it has so many stores on there, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, you can order stuff from Sephora, everything.
Girl, everything.
I love it.
It's like restaurants.
Everything.
It's like everything. It's like your whole life will change if you do Instacart.
Yeah.
And then for people who can't afford it, there's church.
There's church.
There's meetup groups.
Facebook groups. There's all types of ways to connect and find your community and start building your community.
Yes.
You have to. You're not meant to live this life alone.
No.
You're not.
No.
And to go, accomplish your goals alone. So get the help that you need to get you to the next step. The other thing that I would say is definitely make a plan. You'll hear me say this all the time, but going back to what even Jen said, being organized requires, in my opinion, a plan. Like, even if the plan is, my husband was cleaning out the garage today, so his plan is, I'm gonna move these boxes to the storage. That's the plan.
Yeah.
And it can be as simple as that.
Some space.
You know what I mean? But usually, if you're trying to accomplish something more, you probably need to sit down and just write out your thoughts, list everything that you're trying to do. And here's the other thing: recognize you ain't gonna be able to do everything right away.
No.
Not.
Even though you want to, 'cause that's my issue. I'll start writing it out, and I'm like, oh, I just want it to be done.
Yes. Yeah. So
it's not.
So be realistic with your plan.
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself. Have, patience is a freaking virtue.
Patience, discipline. What was the other one we were talking about?
Consistency is always a big one.
Those 3. Patience. And listen, you may have to turn off the TV. You may have to unplug from your phone. You may have to get up a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
In order to accomplish some of these goals. I know myself, I am starting to wake up at 5 in the morning so I could do an hour meditation, then work out with my trainer for 45 minutes, and then, do my normal routine.
Yeah.
And for me, I remember back in the day, I used to always go work out at 5 in the morning. Why? Because I had a job where I had to start at 7 at the grocery stores. And my girlfriend, who didn't work until she went to San Francisco, this is when I had an apartment and a roommate, she would watch my daughter, and I'd go work out at 5. And I'd just go to the gym downstairs. And then, but I had somebody present in the home with my daughter. But it's these kind of things that we have to sacrifice and do. And I'll be honest with you, do I have to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning now? No, I don't.
But it allows you to have more of your day.
It allows me to have more of my day. And for me right now, I'm reconditioning myself to be more disciplined. Because if you're not in the workforce and you're not being held accountable to a 9 to 5 or a boss or something of that nature, you kind of lose that. And I've lost that because I haven't had that for over 7 years of having to answer to, clock in and clock out. So for me, it's retraining and getting more disciplined.
Well, I think that kind of falls into, setting the mood and setting the stage so that you can be successful.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you create the framework, so that you could hold yourself accountable and get the shit done at the end of the day. And you have to, that is part of the plan. I feel like you have to be intentional when you make that. It's one thing to make the plan. I think people love listing the things. It's one thing preparing for the plan. That's the other thing. I think some people forget to prepare to implement the plan. So like, even if you're trying to lose weight, you got to meal prep. So you got to buy the groceries and you got to fix the food and now you eat it. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of setting the stage to be able to get things done. For me personally, like when, as a project manager, whether I'm doing social media or whatever it may be, I have to like get into the mode to like work through some spreadsheets or work through some content. So I set the mood. Like I'll sometimes set a timer. I call this is called the Pomodoro method. I'll set a timer for 20-30 minutes. And I'll see what I can get done, how much I can get done within that amount of time. And because looking at the screen is a strain on your eyes. Definitely wear your blue light glasses. I wear those. But you want to take breaks from looking at a screen, in my opinion, because it's just, and you want to move your body, get up and down if you don't have a standing desk, and step away from that. But you want to be laser focused. So sometimes I'll put a podcast on in the background, depending on what I'm doing. Sometimes noise,
quiet.
Sometimes I just need quiet. Or sometimes I'll put on, there's productive music. There's so many playlists out there that these notes or these tones,
it's the frequencies.
That's exactly what it is. It'll help you be more productive and in a better mood to get things done. But I'll set my timer, I'll knock things out, and it becomes like a competition for myself. Like, how much can I get done in this amount of time? And I actually enjoy it, but that's how I get things. I get things done 2 ways. I ask for help. Thank you to my friends and family, are the best. Thank you, Instacart. And then I do work and I take breaks because you can't pour from an empty cup. You know what I mean? I take a moment of release. So I'll go make a cup of tea, or I'll step away. I'll get on the phone with Jen or whatever. You know what I mean? You have to break away. So then when you step back in, you're ready. It's just like sports. They take a break. They sit on the bench for a moment. You know what I mean?
Catch your breath.
Catch your breath. Exactly.
And tune into how you're feeling.
Exactly.
And that's always a good thing to do. Kind of like take 10 deep breaths, like maybe once every hour, and just kind of, tap in and be like, okay, what am I feeling like right now? Am I tired? Am I hungry?
Listen to yourself.
Am I feeling good? Can I keep going? Do I have another couple hours in me? Whatever the case may be. Check in with yourself. That's like so important, and so many people don't do that.
No.
They're just going.
I want to add something to this. We don't have to, I know we've mentioned it on this podcast before, but I think if you're a menstruating woman, I think adding in cycle syncing could be transformative.
It's changing my life.
Oh my gosh. One, it's giving me a permission slip to be like, I ain't supposed to be doing this right now.
No.
There's a reason why I feel like, and then there's other reasons I can actually be laser focused and knock shit out.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if for those who aren't aware of cycle syncing, it's really taking a look at the different ebbs and flows within your menstrual cycle. So not just PMS. It's holistic.
No, it's four cycles.
Yep, it's 4. It's menstrual, follicular,
Yes, follicular.
ovulation, and luteal.
Yes.
And the luteal phase, just so anyone doesn't know, that's the PMS phase. Like that, it's a 2-week period, and it's from the way you eat to the way you live your life, and the stress that you allow into your life
and
will
workouts.
And your workouts. You're absolutely
Here's
right.
what I found.
Siri knows what we're talking about.
Siri's like, what?
But I think that could help you tremendously. It's helped me with my productivity.
Oh, it'll change your life. Well, my
Yeah.
trainer, before MJ even told me about the book, my trainer was telling me, we're going to train based on your menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I've never heard of that. I've always had male trainers, so this is my first female trainer. And when she said that, she's like, we're not going to go as hard. We're not going to lift heavy weights during this certain time. And during this other time, maybe it's ovulation. You're more strong. You're powerful. Now we're going to go really heavy on the weights.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of women, what she was saying was a lot of women don't realize that they're working out, but they're not getting the progress that they want, or they're not losing their weight.
No.
It's because they're going against their body's natural systems.
Yep.
So we highly encourage you guys to look into it.
We'll share the book. It's in the flow. Is it in the flow?
In the flow.
Yes, in the flow. Unbelievable. I'm knee deep into this. I absolutely love it.
Yes, me too.
It's amazing. So I highly suggest that to help with your productivity.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Anything else you can think of you want to add?
No.
No? Well, we hope that you're able to get some more shit done. Let's just be honest.
Get her done.
And hopefully, this helps release some stress and alleviates a lot of the
Pressure.
The pressure
That we put on ourselves as women.
Yes.
It's like we have to stop doing that.
I know. It's self-sabotage.
That stupid word superwoman is so dumb. I mean, we are.
We all are, but what we think it's supposed to be
is nothing like that.
No.
We're all goddesses, queens.
Yes.
We run shit. We create life. All of that. But that superwoman word, where you have to do it all and work 20 hours a day and have a happy husband and have kids that are balanced and all that, is absolutely
false.
Retarded as fuck. That's what I really wanted to say, and so I said it. So yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll get into more of that.
We will. We'll see you guys next time.